She sends her apologies.
We're going to miss her.
Absolutely.
And I understand, right?
Yes.
So good morning, everybody. It
Good morning.
is 8:31. I am busy letting everyone in. I've already hit record because I'm going to get my iPad up and running because we're going to draw some pictures this morning. Tell me something good. Let's go.
Good morning, John.
It's Valerie and she has her camera
There she
on.
is.
It's a sort of a backhanded something good, but in a way, I have a buyer who didn't win, a multiple offer situation, and she really loved the house. So she saw when it sold, she saw what it sold for, and it actually ended up selling for less than what she bid. So, she asked me to call the agent. So I did. And she bid 200,000 and it ended up closing for 192.5. So when I talked to the listing agent, he said it appraised for 180 and the buyer ended up paying 12,500 over the appraised value, which there was no way she could do. So she's actually happy now and satisfied that, she didn't get burned.
She's still looking, right?
Oh yeah. Well, no, well, actually she kind of gave up because she's one of those buyers, despite what I told her, she just doesn't get it that, this is a seller's market and you have absolutely no leverage.
The interest rates went down.
Okay, there you go.
It's interesting because I'm running into that same problem right now. I have a bank foreclosure in Regency Lakes in Coconut Creek, and the buyer put in an offer, I believe, at 292, and the appraised value just came in at 283. And, the bank is not really willing to go ahead and adjust the price down right now, especially with the market. So it's a challenge right now. The appraised values are still coming in low.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because sellers have gotten greedy and pushed prices above where the market value is taking it.
The bank is not making money.
When's the last time you saw this happen?
Good morning, Valerie.
The crash.
Give me a year.
2006.
2006.
2005, 2006.
Yes, yeah.
So, does history repeat itself?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it.
There you go.
And here goes another thing. Another thing that I'm running into is they're not disclosing that the people are behind in their payments, and they're supposed to do that on the seller's disclosure. But yes, last month I ratified a contract and something said, so these the sellers are current on their payment, and he said no.
Well, there you go. Good question to ask, right?
Yes, before.
So when you are negotiating a contract, that's a great question to ask. Love it. Does the buyer have a property they need to sell? No. Okay, cool. Do they own a house? Yes. Can they get a mortgage without selling it? I don't know. Well, who do you need to talk to in order to find that out?
The loan officer.
Yes. Dig deep.
Yes.
All right, guys, tell me something good. Come on, guys. I want energy.
Okay. I have a closing today.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. One more. We're going to get started because we have a lot to cover today and I don't want to run out of time.
I have a closing today too, John.
Oh, I love it. I love it. There you
Just
go.
been waiting for 2 months, but it's finally here.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that makes it even better.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. Congratulations.
Hey, can I throw in an aha that I got today from reading Jim Rohn?
Please do.
It's not the hours you put in, it's what you put into the hours that count.
There you go.
That's great.
Yeah. Success is not the result of how many hours I work. Success is the result of how much focus and energy I put into those hours.
I like that.
There you go. It's always about that. Focus and energy. Love it. Okay, I am going to pull up my iPad and we're going to start drawing pictures. Maybe. Only the host can share. Cool. I'm the host. Give myself permission to share. That would be nice. There we go. You know, that's really funny here. I'm not sure if you guys know what I'm looking at when I do that, but whatever. Okay. Cross your fingers. This is going to work.
Which book are we out of today, John?
We're still in MREA, and we are transitioning from the economic model to the lead generation model. And if you were on yesterday's call, we talked about transitioning from the purpose of making a call, which is to get an appointment, period, the end. In other words, don't judge away opportunity, get face to face. And if the purpose of making a call is to get the appointment, then what's the purpose of the appointment? The purpose of the appointment is to create a foundation in order to follow up from, in order to create emotional proximity. So here's what typically happens, guys. Everybody sees that, right? Looks kind of like a crazy wave, right? All right. If I'm working with a buyer and they close today and the commission is $10,000, then the value of that lead is $10,000. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. That was an easy question. Now, the very next day, same contact, same person, what's the value of the lead on the very next day? You could say 0.
Okay, 0.
There you go. That's probably correct. And in the United States or in the US, we know that on average, every 7 to 10 years, this same person is going to buy and sell. So 7 to 10 years from now, it's going to be time to sell again. It's going to be time to buy again. So 7 to 10 years from now, that lead is worth $10,000 again. Now, here's what typically happens when we're lead generating for opportunity. We get a lead right here. And if you're a rainmaker, if you have a team, if part of your job is to create opportunities for the agents on your team, and you handed that agent a lead right here, what would most agents say?
It's not a good lead.
Not a good lead.
Yuck.
Throw it in the trash can. That's a trash can. Kind of looks like a hat. And if that same rainmaker gave you a lead here, what would you say?
Good lead.
Great lead.
Yeah.
And here's what I would tell you. There are no bad leads. This is from Jason Abrams, by the way, so don't get mad at me. There are no bad leads, just bad real estate agents who don't follow up. That lead that was a lousy lead, it's still worth $10,000. It's just not worth $10,000 today. And see, the challenge is most real estate agents are looking for opportunity today, and they forget that they're going to be selling homes a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and 5 years from now, and all opportunity is great opportunity. Now, what's the solution? Okay, so yesterday we talked about everything to the right of this line on the right-hand side is transaction management. This is what we do in order to get a buyer under contract once they become serious and they're ready to buy. Everything to the left of the line on the everything to the left of the line on the left, boy, that was hard, is lead generation. Now, what is lead generation? Well, you know how we end every call. What is work? Work is 20 conversations, not 19, not 18, not 17 conversations. It's 20 conversations. If I'm working 50 weeks and I'm working 5 days a week, then that means I'm working 250 days a year, which means over a 52-week year, I am having 5,000 conversations. Now I can go down a bunny trail here and talk about the value of missed opportunity. In other words, I could go down a bunny trail here and say, what if I only had 19 conversations a day? What if it was only 18 conversations a day? What if I just crossed out this 5,000 and said I didn't have 5,000 conversations. I had 4,500. Close enough. However, how much money am I leaving on the table by not having those conversations? That's why we set standards. We don't set goals. And 20 conversations is a standard. It's not a goal. Look at it like this. You own a business. And if you had an employee and you said your job is to have 20 conversations a day, it's a standard. Do that job and you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to grow in my organization. Don't hit that standard and you're going to get fired. Based on that, would you fire yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you hitting standard? And if the answer to are you hitting standard is no, then you should fire yourself.
Mhm.
How do you like me so far?
Love you.
Yeah. Now I'm creating opportunity because I'm calling Eddie. Eddie, John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty. I noticed your listing came off the market. Just curious, if I had an offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? I'm creating opportunity because I'm calling Valerie. Hey, Valerie, this is John Dietz. I'm with Keller Williams Realty, and I specialize in helping homeowners avoid foreclosure. And just curious if you knew of someone that was behind on their mortgage payments, or maybe someone who is in forbearance and not going to be able to make their payments, would you give me their contact information so I can help them avoid foreclosure? Hey, Carol, John Dietz with Keller Williams Realty. I'm calling because we recently sold a home in your neighborhood. Great news. Our challenge now is we have buyers that are looking for great homes like yours. And I was just curious, who do you know that might be looking to sell their home? So Carol, we just sold a home in your neighborhood. Great news. Our challenge now is we have buyers that are looking for great homes like yours in your neighborhood. And I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home? Now, I just gave you 3 really good scripts for an expired listing, for circle prospecting, and for looking for distressed properties. It's recorded. You could go back and write it down word for word, and then you can PDR. PDR stands for practice, drill, rehearse, until you've internalized that script and you can make those calls every day right here. And that's your 20 conversations per day in order to create opportunity. In other words, I'm putting opportunity into my funnel. And remember, my daily standard is at least 1 face-to-face appointment. So I'm creating at least 250 opportunities. Now, here's the key to success. It's this giant space in the middle called follow-up.
Mhm.
This is why we succeed and this is why we fail. Most real estate agents don't succeed because they don't follow up, or they follow up for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. And then they stop because they start listening to the drunk monkey. And the drunk monkey says, this person's never going to list their home. They're not serious. They're not motivated. They're only willing to pay blank. They've already got a real estate agent, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
And the key to success is follow up forever.
Mhm.
All right, so here's my plan. The day after I preview, the day after I meet with Eddie, Valerie, Carol, Camille, the day after I'm in their home to see their home, I am the very next day, I'm sending a handwritten personal note. Don't have to get creative on this. Simply write, Valerie, thank you for taking time out of your day to meet with me. It was a pleasure viewing your beautiful home, and I am looking forward to the opportunity to help you sell your home. Make it a great day, John. Don't say John if it's not your name. That would be weird. Now, the very next day, I'm also making a phone call. Let me change my screen so I see some different faces. And Alex, John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty, following up as promised. I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to see your home yesterday. And I'm checking in to see if you have any questions. That's it.
Made a
That's your
lasting impression yesterday.
That's your script. Day 1, that's your script.
Mhm.
Now, 3 days later, so I'm in week one, I'm calling twice, and I'm sending one handwritten personal note. Change colors. So we're right here. In that very first week, I'm calling twice and I'm sending a handwritten personal note. Second call, Luciana, John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty, following up as promised. Thank you for taking my call. I know you're busy. I only need 30 seconds of your time. Just wanted to check in and see how everything is going. That's it. That's your script. Now, if they say everything is going great, bring me a buyer, your response to that is awesome. I'm so glad to hear that, and I'm working hard to find a buyer for you. If you need anything, I'm a phone call away. Otherwise, remember, I'm really good at follow-up, so I'll call you next week. Always close for something. Zig Ziglar would say, ABC, always be closing. Always be closing. I'm going to close for another call. So Luciana, I'm really good at follow-up, so I'll give you a call next week. Now, week 2. Shirley, John Dietz, following up as promised. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate you. And just wanted to check in and see, is your home still available? Have you had any offers? How's the activity? Are you getting lots of showings? So I've added 3 new questions to my follow-up. Is your home still available? Have you had any offers? How's the activity? Now, each of those questions could lead to a conversation.
Right,
In
yeah.
other words, she could say, you know, I got an offer, but it was really low. And let's just say, for example, her asking price is $500,000. I hear, I got an offer, but it was really low. What's the next question?
What does a good offer look like to you?
There
Yeah.
you go. I love that. So thank you, Michael. That was awesome. So Michael, what would a great offer look like to you? Well, I'm asking 500,000. Okay. And you got a low offer. Just out of curiosity, Michael, how much did they offer?
450.
Remember, is a script. And I'm just going to let that sit there for a moment to give them an opportunity to think. And what do I want them to ask me? Do you think that was a good offer? Do you think I'm asking too much money? Is my asking price correct? What do you think of my asking price? Now, what would be your response to that?
That is
Well,
why
I'm
we
not
should get
sure,
together.
John. That's why we should get together so I can do the analysis for you.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Yes. They just opened the door for you to schedule another appointment.
Mhm.
Are you guys tracking? Is this
Yeah.
making sense? Is
Yeah.
this making sense?
Yes.
All right, we're in week 3. And Lewis, John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty, following up as promised. And yes, if I call them 40 times, every call is going to be, this is John Dietz with Keller Williams Realty, following up as promised. What's the message? I keep my promises.
Yeah, yeah.
I communicate. What's the number one complaint that homeowners have, the public has, when they talk about real estate agents?
They
Communication.
forget you.
We don't
No follow-up.
communicate. We don't follow up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, if you were selling your home, would you want to hire somebody who never followed up with you? Say no.
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 Yes. So my message is I keep my promises and I follow up. So Lewis, I'm just checking in, wanting to see how things are going. Is your home still available?
Yes.
It is. Okay. How's the activity been for the last couple of weeks? Are you getting lots of showings?
Well, I would say 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just curious, Lewis, what kind of feedback are you getting? I mean, what are buyers saying?
Well, the price is a little bit too high for them.
Okay. Whatever they say, just listen for opportunity. How does opportunity show up? It's one word. It starts with an F, and no, it's not.
Frustration.
There you go. Frustration. Opportunity shows up as frustration, even if they're frustrated with me. John, why do you keep calling? Holy cow, stop calling. Frustration. I'm sick and tired of all these real estate agents calling. Cool. If I could share with you how you can make those calls stop, would you be interested in hearing?
Yeah.
What are they going to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, hire me, and those calls will stop.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, is it true?
Yes.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. All right. Week number 4. Chandra, John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty, following up as promised. You know, when I met with you, you shared with me that you were going to sell your home by owner for about a month, and then you might consider hiring a professional like me. Just out of curiosity, is your home still available?
Yes, it is.
You know, just out of curiosity, if I could show you how I could sell your home for more money and less time, would you be interested in hearing how I could do that?
I think so.
Yeah. And did I ask that question on the first follow-up call? Say no.
Yep.
Say
No.
no. No, I didn't. And did I know I was going to ask that question in week 4? Say yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm playing chess. I'm not playing checkers. And every time I move a piece, I'm moving a piece strategically, and I'm building to a point where blood in the water, game time.
Yeah. Each week you ask one different question.
And I'm building. I am building to a point where it's time to close. Now,
Mhm.
week 21, I am still calling. I am still following up. And remember, my goal is to get here, to get to that point 7 to 10 days before they get serious about listing their home, because that's emotional proximity. And sometimes success happens just because you're the only person,
Who's following
the only agent who is still calling
Following up.
right here.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, talk to me.
I have something to say.
Paige.
That's so true. Because I met a FISBO before Christmas. She said she was going to put it on the market in a week. It wasn't on the market. I kept calling. She would not answer the phone. I left a quick message each time, and I just kept calling. And then finally, about maybe a week ago, I would call and she wouldn't answer, but then she would text me, and she would not talk to me, but she would text me. And that's how I got the listing appointment, by text. And when I met her before Christmas, she said that she was considering another agent who sells homes in that neighborhood.
Pause right there. Don't forget what you were saying, Paige. So my comment to that agent, or to that seller in that moment, is the agent you were considering, just out of curiosity, it's been about 4 weeks since you and I first spoke, and I've called you every week. How many times have they called you in the last 4 weeks?
Well, exactly. When I had the listing appointment on Monday, she said she would list with me, and that she was thinking of that other agent, but I had been persistent, so she's just going to go with me.
Yes.
Persistent.
So it works. It's true.
Success is simple. It really, really is. And it's not easy, because Paige, if you would have listened to her and stopped calling, would you have the listing?
Nope.
No, I would not.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was a cold shoulder. You know, she was not answering my phone, nothing, no communication until a few days before our appointment. And
By
then
the
it
way,
was
do
on
you,
text.
do you think that ever happened to me? Say yes.
Yeah.
Say yes. Do you think I ever had people tell me, John, quit calling? Say yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you've heard my Jim George story. That was 21 weeks later. He was never going to hire me because he had a handful of real estate agents that he was in business with, and he couldn't hire anybody because he'd make everybody else mad. And I knew the question I was going to ask him when I got to week 21, but I had to get to week 21 before I asked the question. And the question was simply, just out of curiosity, in the last 4 weeks. I've called you every single week to check in and see how the sale of your home is going. How many times have those agents called you in the last 4 weeks?
Mhm.
And the answer was not once. Come list my house.
Perfect. John?
Yes.
This is such a perfect subject for today. Yesterday, I got a referral from an agent out in Los Angeles, and she gave me the name of a person to go ahead and contact, and I reached out to them. They would prefer to reach out by text. So I sent them a text. Hi, Jeanette. It's Alex with Keller Williams in Fort Lauderdale. Carla had asked me to reach out to you and send you some an offer, some assistance. Long story short, she sent a response back. Hi, Alex. Thank you for contacting me. I feel horrible, but my husband, like always, is backing up. So I don't want to waste your time. He told me to look for a house in Florida, but now LA is opening up. Again, he wants to stay here until the lease is up in August. I will save your number, and if that's okay, contact you around June, July. I just finished writing a letter to the referring agent saying, hey, thank you very much. I'm going to follow up. And one of the nice ways that I'm going to follow up is saying hello. I'm going to send pictures like this from the beach that I take, just letting them get an appetizer of what Fort Lauderdale is all about. And I'll do bi-weekly basis.
Yeah, and Alex, don't stop calling. Don't stop
No.
calling. And your script is, I know you mentioned that you've changed your mind. You're buying in LA, and I still want to stay in touch with you just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Exactly.
keep calling. Just keep
Exactly.
calling. By the way, Karen Afonso is looking for a realtor in the Cape Coral area. I believe that's Fort Myers, if I'm not wrong. You got it, Carol. So if anybody is on here from Fort Myers area, please reach back to Karen. Her email address is in the chat. And Karen, if you don't hear from anybody, the team leader in the Fort Myers office, and she's a rock star.
She could,
She's gonna Leah.
Is that Leah McCann's office?
Yes. Leah McCann.
Oh, cool.
Reach
I'll
out to
reach right
Leah.
out to her. I just thought you guys are all Florida mostly, so I thought maybe someone would be in here, but thank you.
Absolutely, Karen. Okay, a couple more ahas, guys, and we're gonna get to work. And I guess, yes, talk to me. Yes.
So I'm finding that it's also working with the agents. I've been working with a couple for about 2 months. We've actually been in contract on properties and then run into obstacles that we could not get past. I stayed in touch with a REO agent that had a property in an area that he had an offer, told me it was already signed, it was all done. I told him, well, good luck, congratulations, but I'm going to stay in touch in case something happens. So obviously about 3 weeks later, something happened. And because we stayed in touch and because I actually had my buyer speak to him, because I have a great relationship with the buyer. Like I said, we've been in contract. I've known the buyer for a while. We actually got the deal accepted yesterday, but all because we stayed in touch with that agent and waited for something to happen.
Love it. Great job. Jeff Booker, you're a rock star. And just so you know, I got a text message from James this morning. The guy is on fire, and I am so happy for him and proud of him. James is an agent on Jeff's team. That's why I'm sharing that with him.
He's definitely finding a comfort level and a confidence that's higher than he's had before, which is awesome because he's, speaking it and he believes it. And he's definitely getting a lot of people now excited. We had an idea in the class yesterday. We had about 25 people in the class. We were talking about using the home warranty program where we would purchase it for the buyer in the transaction in order to tell the seller that there would be no issues with repairs on inspections.
Great idea.
Because we're running up against so much difficulty, we want to be more attractive.
There you go. Anything you could do to make your offer stand out. Very smart. All right. If I'm not wrong,
what kind of message do you leave if you're making your follow-up calls and you get voicemail? What do you say?
Oh, super quick. And always leave a voicemail. Never don't leave a voicemail, and send a text message as well. So voicemail, text message, and your text message is just a copy and paste. So you're not doing this all day. You're gonna need new thumbs if you do that. So Valerie, John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty, following up as promised. give me a call if there's anything I can do for you. 727-686-0404. Make it a great day. I just want them to hear my name and associate it with real estate. Even if it's, oh my gosh, it's that darn John Dietz again. I'm good with that. I'm really good with that, because 21 days later, they're thinking it's time to list our house. Who should we call? Why not call that darn John Dietz? I am demonstrating that I am persistent and I am aggressive. If you want to sell your home, do you want to hire a persistent and aggressive real estate agent?
Yeah.
Yes, say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'll give you another script. Camille, am I really persistent and aggressive?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't that the kind of agent you would want to hire if you were to list your house?
Of course.
What do you
That's
say
it.
on that first time you call when they don't answer, when a FSBO doesn't answer?
What do I say? I'm sorry, Angel, one more time, because I didn't
What do
hear
you
the
say?
beginning.
What do you say when a FSBO doesn't answer the first time you've called them and you leave a message?
Angel, John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty. If I had a full price offer on your home, would you want me to bring you the offer? 727-686-0404. Make it a great day.
Okay. Thanks.
That's it. All right, guys, time to get to work. It's my day today, I think. So what is work? Work is 20 conversations, not 18, not 17, not 16, because when you make 17 conversations and you stop because it's close enough, or you tell yourself you're going to make it up tomorrow, which you won't,
Right.
you're not having the 18th conversation. The 18th conversation could be $1 million listing that you're never going to get because you didn't have the conversation, and you don't even know that you didn't get the opportunity because you didn't have the conversation. Always lead with gratitude, make care calls, not sales calls. Lead with gratitude and bring value to every single conversation. Focus on getting an appointment. Focus on adding somebody to your database. Focus on getting a referral. Every day, find someone who is thinking of selling their home, whether it's 30 days from now, 60 days from now, or a year from now. Doesn't matter, because you're going to need listings a year from now. Get face-to-face with someone today that is thinking of selling their home, and then follow up forever, because no is not a word that lives in your vocabulary, and because you reject rejection. And when you follow up forever, you're creating emotional proximity. Remember, people will never change their mind, but what they will do is make a new decision, breathe, based on new information. And because you're following up forever, you're giving them an opportunity to make a new decision, which is to hire you. Make it a great day.
Thank you.
Awesome, John.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
All right, guys.